What's up, Comic Book Nation? BD here with your top 5 stories from the past 24 hours. Today, we've got your first look at Mara and Justice League. Flash ratings, they're slowing down, and the return of a SpiderMan villain. All that and more in Comic Book Now, right now. The Justice League photos continue to pour out. Now we have our first look at Amber Heard as Mara following very little news about her character to date. The costume she is seen wearing in the new images was on display on the Justice League set during a set visit earlier this year, but producers and costume designers wouldn't tell us much about her role in the film. Obviously, she's going to be tightly tied to Aquaman, probably going to appear in the Aquaman movie, which James Wan is directing, and they're filming down under in Australia. Next up, keeping it DC, but switching to TV, The Flash aired its second episode of Season 3 last night, but the speedster appears to be slowing down a bit. The latest episode, titled Paradox, hit a series low for ratings with a 1.0 in the key 18 to 49 demo and 2.75 million viewers overall. It's a drop from the already disappointing season premiere, which had 3.1 million viewers and a 1.2 rating. That said, the preview for next week's episode has everyone hyped for Jesse Quick's appearance on the show. Maybe he can find an alternate timeline where people still care. One of Spider-Man's greatest villains and iconic foes is returning in the Clone Conspiracy #1. Following an attack by Jackal, Rhino, and Electro, we're going spoilers here, by the way, Spider-Man is able to incapacitate the trio of villains. He is promptly distracted by the appearance of Gwen Stacy, because who wouldn't be, until the metallic tentacle arms of Dr. Octopus make their way to Spidey. Of course, his return isn't too surprising for people who have been following the Amazing Spider-Man comics, where Octavius managed to install his consciousness into the living brain, where he's just been kind of biding his time, waiting to take over Peter's body once again. The Clone Conspiracy #1 is available now. Hit up your local comic shop for that. Supergirl is in a heated battle, but not one you might expect. It's a new villain. It's Miley Cyrus. She made a few new comments about the CW series, saying that the title Supergirl is not fair, and also suggests a bit of gender segregation, and now executive producer Andrew Kreisberg has responded to the comments. It's a pre-existing property that's called Supergirl, so we never had any intention of calling it something other than that, Kreisberg says, adding, "We actually had a scene about Kara herself lamenting, 'Why aren't I called Superwoman?' and had Kat with her great rejoinder about how the word girl and it in itself is not offensive." And finally, less than 12 days until The Walking Dead premieres its 7th season on AMC, and we can stop asking everyone who Negan killed. AMC has announced an 88-hour marathon of the zombie series leading up to the new season. It will begin this Sunday morning, October 16th at 7 a.m., run through the entire day, through the second season, its first half, and that's going to take a break at when Sophia walks out of the barn. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched that, guys, come on. But it's going to take a break for the 2-hour retrospective special at 9 p.m. before resuming Monday at 6 p.m. and continuing at that time at each weekday throughout the week. We are so close to The Walking Dead Season 7. October 23rd at 9 p.m. on AMC. That's all we got time for today, guys. So thank you so much for being a part of the show, Comic Book Nation. Make sure you're following us to get your news first at ComicBook.com. So at ComicBook on Twitter, at ComicBook Now on Instagram. See you guys soon.